All right, I am back with a vlog. I have been working on this homeschool curriculum like for probably 2.5 weeks straight. It has been literally like daily. I can tell you, or my husband can tell you, that I have literally been glued to the chair almost all day, every day. Like, I literally was like, I don't care what's going on. I'm going to get this done. I'm literally not giving myself a break because I need to finish this. And when I get set on a task and I am trying to finish by a specific deadline, I will get it done. So I have literally been like, I'm not touching a single thing. I am not cleaning the house. I am not getting up to save somebody's life. I am finishing this homeschool curriculum and I am getting it done. I don't care what it takes. I'm literally like getting into this tenacious focus and nothing is going to break it. So, although that is slightly exaggerated there, I have found that I have such a passion for the type of creativity that I have. And it's just been like so amazing to just pour my heart into every single aspect of building and creating this amazing homeschool curriculum, and to be surrounded by people who are educators and just amazing teachers, and specifically and more importantly, to have had someone that God could bring into my life for this very specific project whose heart is to do exactly what I'm doing and can do it on a far more professional level than I can. I just love that I get to be the idea girl basically behind everything that we're creating. But I don't want to just take all the credit for that, because the person that I'm working for, and I'm not going to name names because I really want to respect names and privacy and all of that. But she is just an amazing, an awesome, awesome woman of God. And I love her. Like, I feel like we're going to be friends forever. And I feel like she's going to be like another grandma to my kids, which I am so thrilled about. So I am just so happy for just the friendship that we have created in this. And I love that she has been so just so trusting of me to be like, hey, you know what, if you are going to be super creative in this way, go for it, and then we'll just, we'll smooth out all the wrinkles. And she's just really good with that. And so I really appreciate, I just appreciate the friendship and the camaraderie there. And it has just brought so much to the surface for me, like who I am as a person and as a mom and as a wife. And so I literally just get to pour my heart out into this project. I get to pour my heart into just writing this curriculum. And I'm quite fascinated with this project in such a way that I know when I'm done with this, that at some point down the road, at some point, I know that I will be doing this again, except on a different level, for a different age group. So, for now, like I just am so, I'm so, I think, surprised, at myself, even because I never would have dreamed that, I would actually be creating something like this, to this degree on this level. And I feel like I'm living a dream in the sense that I am seeing my dream come true to be the mom that I always dreamed I could be, but also to be the homeschool mom that I never thought I would be. So here I am. I'm doing it. And I'm so incredibly proud of myself. I'm so incredibly proud of the fact that I have been able to take this leap of faith in my life and say to myself, you know what, you can do this. And then to just take the step of faith and move it forward. And to see that being moved forward in my life and in my kids' life is so astronomically incredible that I know that one day I'm going to look back and be like, I am so proud of you for actually having done that and for taking that leap of faith, even when to start you were a little bit like unsure of yourself. So yeah, I mean, I would say at the very beginning of it, I was like, oh, I don't know. But here I am now, and just through the grace of God, through God just being an amazing dad the way that he is, He has given me all the necessary tools and everything that I will need. He has fully equipped me to walk into the season as a mom and a homeschool mom and as a wife, and to be fully able to confidently be the teacher that I need to be for my kids. And the thing that I've learned, I think, through this season of creating and designing a homeschool curriculum with this amazing, wonderful partner that I'm partnering with, is that I've learned that the best teacher that your kids could possibly ever have is you, their own parent. Because who will they remember when you're no longer here? It's mom and dad. And I can say that because I don't have my mom anymore. But I remember her and I think of her and I think of all the things that she taught me, and how all of the things that she taught me will forever and ever and ever stick with me. And I will take those things with me throughout the rest of my life. And so when I think of that, I realize the importance and what it means to me to be so involved in like every single aspect of my kids' lives. One of the things that I've discovered as I have been working through this homeschool curriculum is the value and the importance of our words. I mean, I feel like I cannot stress that enough. I feel that I have been able to discover this nugget, this gold nugget of just a wealth of wisdom in this realization that our words are so valuable to who we are as a person, as an individual, as a woman, or if you're a man, as a man. What it means, what words mean to our children, to their hearts, to their spirit. And so while I have been designing this homeschool curriculum, and I've come to this realization that I am my children's best teacher, and I want every mom who truly has that desire to be a homeschool mom to feel that, you know what, it doesn't matter where you're at in life. It doesn't matter if you feel like you can't do something. You will always be your child's best teacher. And I truly believe in you, and I believe in your ability to do the thing that God has put on your heart. And if at first it doesn't look like a perfect picture, it's okay. Just throw it all together and it's going to come together. Like, just like you're baking something, you have to throw all the ingredients in there. And at the end of the day, even if the pie looks like a complete mess, I guarantee it's going to taste really, really, really good. So I would highly encourage any mom who wants to do this to go ahead, take that first step of faith, and then just watch how God provides for you to be the mom and the wife and the teacher that you need to be. Because believe it or not, like I said, I didn't believe that I could do it. I was a little skeptical of myself. But seeing as where I am now, I realize that when God does put something on your heart, He will fully equip you to do it and do it successfully. So I am learning through this time. I'm learning through this season that being a mom, it's like for real. Like it's a real deal. And being a mom and a homeschool mom and wife, it holds real water. Like there is some real stuff. Like, God wants us to realize that the thing that we're walking into, that carries some weight. And it shouldn't be like a weight that it's like we're overwhelmed by it, because it is the Lord who carries us, and it is God who gives us the ability to do all things well through Him. And so while I'm designing this, I think of the kind of legacy that I want to leave for my kids. And I think of, what is it that I want them to look back and remember? And I think if there's one thing that I hope that they will carry through this, even if they learn nothing at all, and I'm not saying nothing, but like, even if, they learn their ABCs and 1, 2, 3s and their math and everything else, and that's great, and they make it through life, and those are very important things. I hope above all things that they would fully remember and be completely grounded in who God is. and also to remember that their words are powerful. I want them to remember that what they say is like a tiny little seed that they've planted in the ground. And believe it or not, whatever seed they have planted in the ground, they will continue to water that out of their spirit. They will continue to speak those same exact type of things, and it will begin to grow into whatever it is that they themselves have planted. But I realize that I get to start that. I get to start something in their life. I get to help them learn, and I get to help teach them the importance of speaking life. There's such a huge importance on speaking life. Instead of like, oh, you're so dumb, or like, you're so lame, or you're stupid, or oh my gosh, I can't believe that you like couldn't get that done, or whatever. Like, there's so many negative things that we could speak, or even complaining incessantly. Like, I really can't handle that. Complaining incessantly, like, oh my gosh, like, yeah, my day was horrible, and blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. I feel like complaining is such a it's a terrible seed. It's bad. Like, the more you complain, the more you water that complaining. And it could be anything. I mean, anything in life. Or it could be just always reminding your kid that they can't do something right, or that they're missing the mark somehow. I really find that to be a waste of time. I find that to be a waste of conversation. I find that to be something that really will never create growth in a person's life. And so I have made this very crucial decision in my building of this curriculum to always remind myself and to remind my kids that our words can either build upon something or they can crush a person's spirit daily. And I feel like when we're walking with God, we can't be walking with a crushed spirit and be trying to be positive in the same exact timing. We can't sit with both, because we give ourselves to the throne of being empowered and strong and encouraged in the Lord, or we give ourselves to the throne of incessantly complaining, where that is literally the seed that once we start speaking it, it's growing every day, because that is the one habit that we have of just blah, 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 and we don't even realize we're doing it. And so I really have found that I want to see not only myself, but my children learn how to build and to build well. But how can we build well if our minds are constantly set on the thing that we are complaining about? And it's so crazy, because literally, like, my cousin Faith the other day, I just said words. I shouldn't have said her name, but I did. Okay. Yes, I feel like I have to start this vlog again. Anyways, my cousin, she was vlogging the other day, and she was talking about complaining. Here I am, following up on that thought without even realizing that I was going to even share this once again. How does that happen? I don't even know. But complaining, incessantly complaining about life, whether it's, I didn't get that, I never get that, I wish I would get something like that, I never have those things. Like, that's complaining. Or like sharing the thing that doesn't lift a person up, or that doesn't lift you up, or that doesn't lift other people up, and is constantly a nagging within our inner selves to have something less than positive to say, is less than yourself, and it tells the world who you are from the inside out, that you have nothing encouraging to say about yourself or the world around you. And I feel like that is such a poor way to live. I truly believe in the power of words and what words can do for ourselves and for others around us. Like, if you can't build yourself up, then you're no good to the world, because the world does not need another complainer or someone who is constantly berating people with words that are going to cut others down. Like, we literally just do not need more of that. It's more like the more you complain, the more that you're ugly with your words, the more that you're cutting people down, the more that you have something ugly to say, or whether it's just not for the benefit of other people. I feel like children don't need that. I feel like we don't need to pour that kind of spirit. We just don't need to pour that kind of spirit into our children. And no matter where our kids go in the world, we want them first to be grounded in who God is. We want them to be grounded in the love of God, and in building them up and teaching them how to use their words to build up, right? Because our goal is to build up. The goal is not to learn how to eat the dirt on the ground with their words. Because if they're not looking up, they're looking down. And if they're not building up, so my intention is to teach my kids the power of their words and why that is so, so vital to who they will ultimately become in their adult life. Because our habits start at home, and our habits start with our words. And whatever habit we start speaking, we literally will use those same types of words as we are getting older and older. And so I find that I just find that it is so important to think about what we are saying to one another, to our kids, and what ultimately who they will be as they're getting older and older. Because the world does not need another person vomiting up stuff that's just yuck and negative and ugly and just not for the building up of other people or themselves or the lives that they could have. And the thing that happens with our words is that if we're not able to build ourselves up, if we're not able to build others up, if we're not able to speak words of life, then we can never ever visualize with our eyes where it is that God is intending to lead our lives, because all we can see is the dirt we're eating. I want my kids to have the chance and the opportunity to visualize their life through God's eyes. I want them to see how valuable they are. I want them to be able to visualize that their weaknesses are strengths if they will strengthen them. I want them to see that they have all the power in the world to make their life whatever it is that they want it to be, irregardless of what anybody else says or thinks. I want them to be able to go after the heart of God in such a way that they have no boundaries to wherever it is that God may lead them. It's not up to me. It's up to them to learn at home and to learn from me that, you know what, if God wants you to go, you go. If God is leading you, you follow him above all else, above all things, that you would follow after the heart of God, no matter what I think about it, no matter what I have to say about it. Because at the end of the day, you're not following me. I am not the person you're going to follow for the rest of your life. It's God, and it is wherever the Father, the good Father, is leading you. But it's up to me, and it's up to us as parents who love God to encourage our kids to go after not our vision for their life, but God's vision for their life. Because ultimately, he is the ultimate teacher. He is the ultimate dad. He is the ultimate everything. He holds the whole vision for our kids. I feel like we can only see just a glimpse of what that might look like or what the possibilities are. But ultimately, it is the Father who knows their every step, their every direction. It is up to us to just pray that through. But they can't do it looking down, and they can't do it trying to fight through the mess of negative words and things spoken over their life that will never help them to get off the ground. It literally takes their wings away if we're just constantly finding something to say about our kids that is less than positive or not building them up or not helping them to see the value in who they are. Like, oh, you're a bad boy, you're a bad kid. They're left with that in their mind for the rest of their life, that they're bad, or that someone had said to them they are bad, or that they are bad kids. That is what they will remember, and they will take that with them. So my hope, and I'm so passionate about this, you guys, just because I see it as a parent and I see it as a teacher, as I just observe life all around me and have always observed this throughout my life, just how important words are and why it's so important just to be mindful of our words, because they're either going to carry us, to who it is that God has called us to be. Words are literally like your stepping stones. You're literally trying to climb this thing. And if we clip their wings through words that are hindering, they will have a harder time getting up off the ground and flying. And we don't ever want to see that happening. So when I talk about the importance of our words and sharing that and why that is such a thing on my heart and my spirit, it's because I hope for everyone, I hope for every parent, every teacher to understand that you are the role model. You are the role model for our kids, for our children, and for the future generation that is ahead. And not to say that kids can't learn to overcome those ugly, horrible things that get spoken to them, because God is the kind of dad that helps us to be more than overcomers. But that doesn't give us permission to just vomit all over our kids, whatever we feel that we're feeling in the moment. We really have to be so mindful, and why that's so important, because words bring life or they bring death. Being able to sit here today and be the kind of homeschool wife and to be the kind of mom that I am, I'm so incredibly grateful, because moving forward in my kids' life, I want them to be builders. But it starts at home, and it starts here. And kids will forever look back at their very beginnings, and they will remember that. They will remember what they learned, and they will bring that with them for the rest of their life. They will take it with them, and they will never forget. And that's a legacy that I will not give up. That is a legacy that I refuse to lay down, because I know that right now, while I can have this opportunity to run with that type of legacy, I'm going to run with it, and I'm going to run all the way with it, because one day I am going to look back and I am going to thank myself that I did make this very important decision to homeschool my kids and to be the person in their life that they needed me to be, and to create the memories that I am able to create with them now is such an amazing gift. And I am forever and will forever be grateful and so thankful for that. So I highly encourage every mom, every homeschool mom, you are your child's best teacher. So build well.